What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video, another quick take. I got my main man, my partner, my homeboy.
You already know when the controversy is around, the Prince of Fresh Air has to make a return. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. So we've got an article courtesy of the New York Post that says man claims he broke up with his girlfriend after she received lap dance from Chris Brown. The article goes on to say a man has sensationally claimed on TikTok he broke up with his girlfriend after she received a steamy lap dance from singer-songwriter Chris Brown during a recent concert. The boyfriend shared footage of his girlfriend receiving the lap dance from the singer during a UK date of his Under the Influence tour. The TikTok video, which has gone viral, seen by almost 22 million people, shows the woman sitting on a chair while Brown, age 33, performs a lap dance to his hit song Take You Down. Her distraught boyfriend, Dash, shared the footage along with the description, which says, POV, buying my girlfriend front row tickets to see Chris Brown. I want my 500 pounds back or my $615 back and my girlfriend back. And let me see. So basically, all right. So I came across this on Twitter and I have my thoughts as far as my reaction and what I would have done. But before I get into mine, what do you make of the situation? What would you do if you was in her boyfriend's position?
I actually right before we started recording, I actually watched the TikTok because I saw it this morning when I woke up on Twitter, and it seems like comments are very divided. A lot of people saying he overreacted. Some people saying that she was in the wrong. Look, it's funny. Me and Natalie, we have these discussions about celebrity hall passes, right? But reality is, and unless you're in that situation, you don't know. So for him, I saw the video. She's having a good time. It's Chris Brown. I ain't mad at her. Celebrity pull you up on the stage like that. Although she was getting a little too touchy feely, if that was my girl up there, I'd be like, yo, like you acting a little single up there. I mean, I mean, some people insecure. Some people don't want nobody touching their significant other at all. I don't think he overreacted. Look, I think it really depends on you as a person. Some people aren't that jealous. Some people are jealous. So it depends on your partner. If you know your partner is very jealous and insecure, it's one thing to go on stage if Chris Brown grabs your hand and pulls you on stage. It's gonna be hard for me to say don't go up there. And I'm saying that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. However, if you're gonna go up there, sit in that chair, and now you touching on him, you rubbing his legs, and you're doing a little too much now. You're enjoying yourself a little too much. Because if I didn't know that was her boyfriend, I would have thought she was a single woman up there. So I'm not mad at him. I don't think he overreacted, but it really depends on the person. What you think?
First of all, it's his fault because there's no way I'm gonna be bringing my girl to freaking Chris Brown concert where we're just watching him, jump back and forth on stage doing karaoke. That's one. So he already set himself up for failure going to a Chris Brown concert because again, in that environment, Chris Brown is the man. Okay. Now, in my opinion, if I'm in a relationship with a girl, I'm her favorite actor, I'm her favorite rapper, I'm her favorite singer, I'm her favorite all of that. All of these guys, they go out the window once I come up in the building. I don't want to hear I love Chris Brown, I love Drake, I love Trey Songz, I love Brent Faiyaz, I love this dude, I love that dude. Nah, because we in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? So me personally, I wouldn't even have been in that situation, period. Because yeah, I think Chris Brown is he's talented and stuff like that, but nothing about him at all would make me want to pay $615 to go and see him live in concert. That's just me personally. And a lot of the girls that go attend, his concerts and stuff, not only do they love their music, but they love him. So of course, if you're at a Chris Brown concert and he picks you, I'm talking about women, to come on stage for a lap dance to again take you down, what girl's gonna say no? To me, I feel like a real loyal chick wouldn't even have been there in the first place. Or if we're front row, which this is what I'm saying, you're front row at a Chris Brown concert, something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or she would have said, you know what? No, she would have waved them off and then they would have picked the next girl. But she went on there. And I seen, the video and she seemed like she was enjoying herself. Now, again, I don't think he's wrong for breaking up with her, but this just creates a bigger conversation anyway about women and celebrity worship, because me, in my opinion, I think that's wrong. There's no reason why, your girl, you in a relationship with your girl, and then she loves Chris Evans or she loves Henry Cavill or freaking Tom Holland or some shit like that. No, she's supposed to be the number one fan of you.
I will say though, but and it's funny because me and Natalie, we talk about all this stuff, celebrity hall passes, and look, the reality of the situation is, yeah, and ideally you would say you would be, you would be my biggest fan, but in reality, a lot of people worship celebrities, so yeah, if you're not a famous person, and let's say Dwayne and Rock Johnson walked up in a room, very few girls are going to just not take the opportunity of Dwayne Rock Johnson put out his hand and grab her. They're going to take the opportunity no matter how much you love. Well, I won't say that. There are some girls who are very loyal to a man, and I will say there are some. So I'm not saying all women or all men are dogs when they get the opportunity. It's just for me, that's what I said. It really depends on your jealousy. I'm not a jealous person like that. I don't check my girl's phone. For him, he probably thought, okay, she wants to do this. She want to go see Chris Brown. As a man, you probably want to do things to make a girl happy. So if she's been asking you to take her to a Chris Brown concert, or if she want to go to the Steve Harvey show, right? You want to get her tickets. You don't really think, oh, I'm gonna take her here and she's gonna get pulled up on stage. Like I said, I'm not mad at her for it's to dance with Chris Brown. That's who her
She wasn't dancing with Chris. That's not dancing with Chris Brown. Okay,
right.
She was sitting in a chair getting dry humped by Chris Brown. Well, that's what the hell she was doing. Okay.
No,
but here's the thing, because I don't think jealousy is the right word for that. Because if I'm jealous of you, that means you got something that I want. In that situation, it's my girlfriend, and you get what I'm saying. So he doesn't have anything that I guess maybe my girlfriend's attention. How does that make me jealous? How does that make me insecure?
So
because we're going off not the notion of that, we're going based on the obvious. Because it's like you said, does that make her jealous? The fact that I'm on stage with freaking I don't like, all right, so let's say Ice Spice, which would never happen by the way, but let's say if I was, and then Ice Spice is simulating sexual acts on me, you can't blame my girlfriend who cares about me for feeling some type of way. Because to me, honestly, I throw it out there. I say that's cheating, bro. I'm sorry, that's cheating. That's cheating. You let another man dry hump you. I'm supposed to do the dry humping around here. So how am I jealous? No, that's just me feeling that my relationship or the sanctity of our relationship has been violated by a celebrity. That's why. So her boyfriend allowed that to happen because he let her go. I would have been like, nah, because you know what I would have done? I would have said, yo, if you're going to go up there, make sure you ask Chris Brown for a ride home too, because I won't be here when you get back. I would not stand there with my phone recording another man dry humping my girl. That is some cuck shit. That is some straight cuck shit right there.
You're right.
I'm not. He recorded it. Yo, I would have threw my phone up there. Since Chris Brown wanna be throwing people's phones, I would have threw that shit up there. I'm not watching that. They would have literally seen me as soon as she walked up on stage. I would have been making my exit. When she got back on set, when the security would have escorted her back to her seat, she would have been looking for me like, where is he? They would have been like, oh, he left. I'm not watching that, because again, these are things that should have been discussed between them from jump. Because let's say I wouldn't be there, but let's say if I was, I would have told my girl, like, yo, if for any reason you are asked to go on stage, you know what I'm saying, because you're like the closest one there, tell them no, and you wave them off, and you tell them to find the next, because you got like 30,000 people at these goddamn shows. So why she got to go on there? You got other chicks in here, yo.
No, you're right, but it's one of those things. Like I'm not a jealous person, so for me, it's like, for instance, let's say we're both.
But that's
actors,
not jealousy. Right? That's what I'm saying, though. That's not jealousy. If your relationship, if you are clearly being disrespected, that does not make you jealous. That makes you disrespected. You are on the receiving end of the disrespect of your girlfriend. I mean, Chris Brown is just doing what he does, so you can't even get mad at him. They say that all the time. If your girlfriend cheats on you, you don't get mad at the guy, you get mad at the girl, because she allowed that to happen. She went up on stage. Chris Brown didn't force her to go on there. So that's not jealous. So we can't keep throwing that word around there, because that doesn't make me jealous if I got a problem with another man dry humping my girl. If some guy walks up to your girl and then starts dry humping her, are you jealous because you got a problem with it? If y'all walking down 42nd Street, Times Square, and some dude random out of nowhere just starts dry humping your girl and simulates some sort of perceived sexual acts, because you have a negative reaction to that, does that make you jealous?
No.
Are you gonna stand there and just say, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Well,
But
I'm secure within our relationship. Oh, that's no big deal." Are you
but
gonna
this the
are you gonna feel like that? No, that doesn't make you jealous.
No, but this different because, for instance, look how much you told about Lori Harvey, right? So if you had the opportunity, exactly, see, you see my point here. So if you, let's say you and your girl, right? Yeah, I don't know how long these two been together, right? But you
Right.
and your girl go to a red carpet event. You're a famous name, she ain't. Or let's just say you got two Irish people, right? And you see Lori Harvey, and she say, "Hey, what's up, man? Come on, bro. I already know what time it is with you. I already know." I already know what time it is.
Man, look. I will say this. For people who have probably listened to like the last 3 or 4, quick takes that we've done on channel. Yes, I love Lori Harvey. I think she's like the baddest chick on earth, right? But the type of guy that I am, or the type of boyfriend that I am, I'm not gonna be over there fiending for Lori Harvey if I'm in a relationship, saying with a girl. The way that my mind works, again, if you see me in a relationship with somebody, that means I think she's on par with Lori Harvey, or at least if I'm saddled up with this girl, I'm not going to be mad that I'm not busting down Lori Harvey. So I wouldn't create situations that are going to give my girl a reason to feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, good significant others are the ones that are not even going to do that. Period. They're not even going to engage. That's what separates, again, like the run on the mill floozy skeezer and the actual loyal girlfriend.
No, you're right, and that's why I say he's not wrong. It would have been different if she just went up there, just sat in a chair. But watching her put her hands all over him, and she was enjoying it a little too much. That's what I'm saying. That becomes the part where you cross the line. Because, like I said, if you have, I'm not into the whole celebrity worship, right? But it's undeniable or unrealistic for me to tell my partner, who I'm clearly taking her to go see, who she's a big fan of, hey, if you get an interaction, don't take advantage of it. If it's Chris Brown and she's a big fan of it, I respect you enough, and I know our relationship is decent enough that I can trust you. Then I will let you do that. But then when you actually go up there on that stage, you actually start rubbing his legs and you rubbing down his chest. Nah, you violate, and that's what I'm saying. She
Yeah,
acted
it's
more single.
disrespectful. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
so
How am I jealous? I can understand if that was like his girlfriend or some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a girl who a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, she was the one that Chris Brown took her phone and threw it. Why? Because she went and got the lap dance, but she wasn't engaging with him at all. She wasn't touching him. She was looking at her phone. She was recording it. That's what his girlfriend was supposed to do. That's what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to be just like that. She was supposed to be the one recording it. Don't touch him. Just sit there. And Chris Brown, he peeked, and then he took her phone and he threw it by the end of the little, lap dance, portion of the damn song. That's what she was supposed to. That's what
wait,
loyal
wait,
girls
wait,
do.
wait. What happened? So
All
what
right.
happened
So
with this
Chris
girl?
Brown, this was maybe a month ago. This might have been around Valentine's Day or something like that. And he does this, routine every single show. But at this particular show, the girl that he brought on stage for the lap dance, she wasn't interested at all. So she wasn't doing what this girl was doing, where she was rubbing him and she was reacting and all that. She was just sitting there. And in fact, she was looking at her phone while he was giving her the lap dance. So she was legit looking at the phone, recording, and not really, again, enjoying the lap dance the way that a lot of other girls tend to enjoy it. So by the end of it, Chris Brown saw like, yo, this chick is not even acknowledging the fact that I'm giving her the lap dance or that she's on stage with Chris Brown. So at the very end, right before the lights cut out, he took her phone and threw it into the audience.
Look, I know a lot of people hate Chris Brown, right? And what he did was wrong. He didn't have to launch a phone. However, why would you? And that's the point. I agree with you. Why go on stage if you're not gonna get, like you say? We all know what Chris Brown does in the show. It's not no big secret. It's not no, he it's a bait and switch thing. It's like if a comedian calls you up on stage, you know what he's going to do when he calls you up. So if you're going to be rude and disrespectful or whatever, non-engaged, and just start recording, it's going to be come on off a little disrespectful. He's performing a show for thousands of people. He asks you to come on stage. You come up, sit in the chair, and start recording, not engaged. You're ruining the show for all the fans. You're ruining it for him. I can't really be mad at him in that instance, because like, why even come up here if you're going to just record me? I don't know what you're gonna do with that video. You're gonna say he was how many people has filed lawsuits on him falsely in the last few years. He don't know what she's gonna do with this video. She could go release a TMZ. Oh yeah, he pulled me up without my consent, and look what he's doing.
Yeah, maybe, but the point is that's the behavior of a chick who has a boyfriend. That's what I feel the expectation should have been, saying going on that goddamn stage. That's what I would have told her if I agree, which I wouldn't be there, period. Now, he said that she didn't think what she did is wrong. And I feel like girls these days, they, for some reason, condone like blatant, like bad behavior or, basically cheating in my opinion, because again, if roles reversed, she would have had a problem with it. If I get on stage, let's say like if there was a woman that if I was at her concert, I would want her to call me on stage. It would be like Carrie Hilson or somebody like that. Like honestly, Carrie Hilson, I think she has used to do those sorts of things, and I would love for her to call me on stage, right? Because I'm gonna be all handsy. I'm gonna be as handsy as I possibly can, right? And I would not blame my girl for not feeling like I would not blame my girl for feeling some type of way at all. And that's, to me, that's asking for trouble in your relationship, because it's not like I'm just gonna all of a sudden forget what he was doing to you on stage. It's not Six Flags. It's not a ride. You know what I'm saying? Because I see in this article it says that, oh, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. No, it's not, because your man could have gave you the lap dance of the same song at home. He didn't have to pay $615 for that.
And let me say this too, because I'm reading this opinion piece on news.com by I'm guessing she's a queer person. Mary.
The girl?
Yeah, the girl who wrote this opinion piece. Why we shouldn't stand.
Okay.
So she wrote a piece called "Why We Shouldn't Stand for Insane Reaction to Chris Brown Lap Dance." Right. So she goes on to criticize the man. She says it's 2023, and yes, we're having this conversation as usual. Women are getting shamed for the same stuff that men do all the time. But and then she goes on to say, men do certain things before they get married, but sure, let's pretend this woman has committed an unheard of moral crime. Look, this is not no sexism thing. It's called relationship boundaries. It's like texting if you have a girlfriend, you texting a girl, after 2 a.m., you're going on trips with her when you're not supposed to. It's just boundaries. So yes, it's disrespectful. I don't care if you think men do it all the time. Well, men should.
What do we do all the time? I would ask her that. I would honestly ask her that. What is it that men do all the time that you know what I'm saying? Women for some reason get shamed for or can't get away with. This is what I'm saying. Like they use these sorts of like scenarios to really kind of switch the narrative, but in reality, it's as black and white, cut and dry as you just said it is. It's a matter of boundaries and respect.
He goes on to say because men do buck parties, which is like, they get lap dances and whatever before they get married. Bachelorette parties.
Women do the same thing.
Exactly.
That's what?
It's just condoning this narrative that look, people want to be in relationships and do single things. You can't do that. If you know you gotta, if you're gonna go to a concert, and I'm sure he paid for the tickets. Your boyfriend paid for your tickets to get there. You show up. And granted, I know you like Chris Brown, whatever, but you're going to go on stage and start touching this man and rubbing down on. What do you think is going to happen? He could be like, you know what? Show's almost over. I already got on stage. Just stay up here. I'm going to take you in the back. What she going to think she going to turn away?
Let me tell you something right now. Most girls are probably not going to say no. Like, only a certain type of chick would say no. You know what I'm saying? But most girls, they would literally look at their boyfriend, look at Chris Brown, and go with Chris. That is facts. That is facts. And that's why it's not a matter of jealousy. It's a matter of I'm being disrespected and I'm reacting as such. I'm reacting appropriately to your disrespect. Because they do this shit all the time in shows. They've been doing this shit since the 60s and 70s. These famous artists go, you know what I'm saying? They have their performances and then they get the security say, yo, all right, get this girl, get that girl, and bring them to the hotel. They do that. You don't think Chris Brown has done that shit?
Oh, easily.
So this is why I refuse for anybody to try to label, me as jealous because of my reaction to some shit like that, because I already know what's going to happen. So I feel like no good woman would put her man in that position. So he was right to cut her loose, because I would have been like, yo, Chris, you can have her. I would have been like, yeah, you want to take, hey, bye. I wouldn't even have been there to even see her go. I wouldn't even have been there. I would have just left. I would not let that shit happen to me. Facts.
No, you're right. I just want to, this lady, who wrote this article, I'm only criticizing because the thing she's saying women aren't property, men are objectifying this girl. People are making it seem like women should just be in the house cooking and clean. I don't even know why she went on this whole sexist tangent that it really didn't need to be. Here's the reality of the situation. When you're in a relationship, there's certain boundaries you cross. And yes, when you're a fan of a celebrity, we get it. You're in the moment. If I'm a fan of Tom Cruise and my girlfriend takes me to a premiere where Tom Cruise is giving handshakes and stuff. Yeah, of course, I'll be. This one thing to say, acknowledge the person, but if I started pause, but if I started, trying to flirt with Tom Cruise and you're crossing the line there, and that's the only thing. I know people calling him, he's an idiot. She don't belong to him. Well, let's be real. If that was her boyfriend on stage with a female artist and she was doing that to him, he'd probably be walking home. She'd probably be tearing up his clothes, which many people condemn anyway. Most people support when women, do stuff like this to men, but when men do it to women, we're controlling, we're possessive. No, it's just respecting boundaries. So that's why. And let me just clarify: when I say I'm not a jealous person, I would definitely let my girlfriend go up there if I take her to the show and she's a fan of somebody. But when I see that she's starting to act a little too single, in that situation, it's one thing to go up there and be around your favorite celebrity, but then when you're actively engaging,
you're asking for that to happen. This is the thing, bro. You're asking for that to happen. If you allow your girl to go on stage because Chris Brown is her favorite singer and he's bringing her on stage for "Take You Down," which is again a sexual song. If you're gonna allow her to go on stage, then let her go on stage. This is what I'm saying. You can't tell her, oh, go on stage, but don't do anything. No, because then people are gonna be like, yo, why is she on stage if she's not gonna do something? That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say go up there, but don't really go up there. If you're gonna let her go up there, then don't be surprised when that type of shit happens, because it's freaking Chris Brown. What I'm saying is any real man should tell her no. Or you go up there and then you do this type of stuff, then just know that it's going to, solicit some sort of negative reaction from me, because no real man is going to want to see his girl getting dry humped by the next man. I'm not bringing my girl to a concert to watch another man prance around on stage doing karaoke. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for real. So you're asking for trouble. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna let you go on stage. Like, no, like I remember there was this old story back in like 2015. And I remember it was that I think Floyd Mayweather was in, I think he might have been in the UK or some shit. And he was somewhere, and long story short, he came across this guy and his girlfriend, she was attractive. And basically, her boyfriend allowed Floyd Mayweather to take her on like a world trip. Like, literally, he was taking her everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And then people were like, yo, like, what are you doing? You can't get mad if you allowed your girl to do it, because I said this in, one of my recent videos. I said a relationship is a social construct that a man is supposed to lead, because women are there to support and infrequently lead, but a man is supposed to drive the car in the relationship, because 9 times out of 10, if you let a woman drive the car, she's going to crash it somewhere. She's going to crash it somewhere, because women and men, we don't think the same way. A woman will let a man flirt with her and be like, oh, he doesn't, he's just playing around. He's just joking. But then us as men, we know what it really is.
Right. We know,
because we know, like, we tell women not to do certain things, not because it's controlling. We want to be controlling. No, it's because we know what you doing that is going to do to our relationship. That's what's going to happen, because if you break it, it's not going to be the same. So when you allow these things to happen, if you put her in that environment with this dude that she's already listening to on her own time anyway, she probably thinks he's attractive and this and that, and then you put her on stage with him, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, you're right. But you know what?
Because I'm giving the goddamn lap dances. I'm doing that shit. So if you want a lap dance, I'll give you a goddamn, because I can dance myself, so I can do it. So I'm not, why go to Chris Brown when you come to me? And I wouldn't do the same thing for my girl. So if I'm in a relationship, you're not going to see me fiending for certain chicks if I got a girl already, because to me, I know that's disrespectful. I'm not going to do that. Lori Harvey is going out the window once I get in a relationship. That is a fact, because it's about respect. I'm not going to say that, men, require respect and women don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 50-50.
Right.
But women, I think these days, you know, these pseudo feminists and stuff, they want it to be like 80-20, and then they get 80%, and then we just get stuck with the 20. But when we say something and when we call them out on it, all of a sudden that means we're being misogynistic, and that's not true.
No, you're right. A lot of people have this idea that when it comes to celebrities, like you said, and we talked about this plenty of times, you know, a lot of people worship celebrities. They worship the ground they walk on. So for this girl, I'm gonna lie, I'm sure he probably heard Chris Brown's name for like a whole 2 weeks if they would have stayed together about that one moment. So, you know, it's one of those things where when you go on that, go to these shows and you go see your favorite artist, or you're paying extravagant prices, take your significant other to see her favorite person, be aware of who that person is. If you're gonna go to a Chris Brown concert and be at the front stage or front row, just be aware that if he grabs your girl, most likely she's gonna go up there. So just be prepared. Just be prepared.
Yo, like they say, don't leave your girl around me. That is a fact. Like, because if I'm an R&B singer, don't allow your girl to come on stage with me. It's not gonna be good. That's like girls going on stage with Bobby Brown back in the day. What do you think he's gonna do with her? What do you think he's gonna do with her?
Right. You're right, 100%.
Nah, facts. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Please be sure again to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.